All right, you ready to get to this?
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm excited for it.
All right.
Never done anything like this before.
It gets crazy.
Let's
so
do it.
It's no real structure.
Do you ask the same ones to everybody?
I add a couple different ones, but there are a few. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
Okay. No, I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't.
good. It's even more fun when you don't know what to expect. And I go all
Well, I
over
told
the
you
place.
I saw like the version of it on Drink Champs.
And I haven't seen that. That's so fucking crazy.
Check it
I
out.
got to see it.
He calls it Quick Time with Slime.
They bit me, you know.
Yeah. Of course.
I've been doing this for
Yeah,
2
damn it,
weeks.
Nori.
Right. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you get one word. I may ask you to elaborate on a couple of them.
Sure.
I was thinking like due to time, I probably won't. I won't ask a lot of elaborations, but I may do one or two.
Sure.
No both, no pass. Just pick one.
Okay.
All right. Humble or prideful?
That's tricky. I know one word. I know. I'm gonna say humble.
Nice. Streams or followers?
Followers.
Cheat on your girl or get cheated on?
That's fucked up. Damn. Man. Is pass an option?
Not at all.
I'm gonna say, damn. Yeah, you're fucked up for this
damn,
one.
I am.
I'm gonna say cheat on your girl.
Thank you. No one says it, and I think they're trying to be politically correct.
I think so too.
Everyone says no. I'd rather get cheated on. I make good music when I get cheated on. Fuck that. Fuck it. Nope. I hate when people give that answer. I would not. I'm not saying get cheated on. Fuck
that's such a selfish. It's a selfish reason why I said that, but at the same time, hey,
we're human.
It's the truth. Yeah,
we all have a little selfishness.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking get cheated on.
For sure.
All right. What's more important, who you know or what you know?
Who you know?
Monogamy
down, I think.
or polygamy? Monogamy, you got one person the rest of your life.
So,
polygamy, you got
are we talking
multiple
on a
partners.
marriage level?
Yeah.
Monogamy.
Go ahead and elaborate.
If we're talking marriage, I think you should dedicate your life to one person.
You don't think teamwork makes the dream work?
On the side, maybe. Hopefully that marriage allows some polygamous moments.
But you'd rather it be a moment than a lifestyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I don't think you can I don't think you can dedicate your life to more than one person. And that's what marriage is you're committing your life to one person. Okay. And I don't think you can commit your life to more than one. I think that was a big problem, like to relate it to my childhood. I think that was a big problem with my parents was we had 10 kids. How do you dedicate enough love to each kid? Okay. I was 14 when we had our newborn. Guess who got more attention? Right, I'm going through life changes, and the newborn's getting all the attention,
really there to guide
and rightfully so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody was there to show me, right?
Well, do they even? I mean, yeah, they're more dependent.
Yeah,
but you might require the same amount of attention a 14-year-old and a newborn.
Absolutely, you're going through puberty and whatnot. So, so I feel like the same thing with marriage. One girl's hard enough, you know, let alone. I mean, like I said, maybe some polygamous moments.
Yeah.
But monogamy, I think when you talk about commitment of life, it should be to one person.
I feel like you answered the follow-up question I had for that. I was going to ask, do you think you chose monogamy because of your religious upbringing, or did you choose it because being one of 10, you don't feel like you got enough attention? I think you answered that with...
it could be a little bit of both. I mean, I did grow up a Jehovah's Witness, but I just think being in the wedding industry, I had this year so far 32 opportunities to see what real love is about, right? And I couldn't imagine when you talk about commitment, like the actual definition of commitment, you can't commit yourself to more than one person in your life. If you're committed on being married, there's no way you can be married to more than one person. There's no way to commit your life to more than one person. There's a 0% chance.
Okay.
What can I ask what you think?
If I get to choose, probably monogamy, and it's crazy because I was about to say maybe it's because I've been married, but no, I mean the marriage didn't work. I'm divorced now, but I still feel like that one person is. I believe in the fairy tale.
You do?
Shit,
Okay,
the soulmate,
all right.
the better half.
For some reason, I had some idea that you were going to be like a polygamist because I've already been married. Fuck that marriage shit.
Marriage. No, I still
at
some point, and I'm like not even dating anybody.
Yeah,
like I'm so turned off from.
Same here.
The relationship
I'm just busy.
right now.
I just ain't got time.
Yeah, and
you could relate.
And I feel that it's just not fair for me to try to commit myself and say I'm just going to be with you.
I ultimately think I'm doomed to be completely honest.
With the DJ industry?
Yeah, well, no, with a relationship. You know,
Okay.
I'm wondering if music was my first love.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I've really, you know, dedicated myself to.
We're so similar.
You know, so how is there ever gonna be a time in my life where music's not my number one?
So this is so not where I ever thought this would go, but in my vows in my wedding, I explained that music was my first love, and then at the time, the woman I married was my embodiment of music, and I my vows were comparison to her and music and how she made me feel, how music made me feel, and which is also the reason I took so much time off from my Big Bang days to go into management, because I didn't need the music. The music used to feed me.
Right.
And then I had a woman that embodied everything that I loved about music. So
Dope.
I feel like one day you'll find that woman that makes you feel how music feels. That's the one.
I think,
the one.
and I think that's, you know, that was a problem in my last relationship. Not only that but I was learning how to run a business. I didn't know how much time it was going to take away. And I couldn't give her the time that she wanted, that she deserved.
But we have our first love. It's almost like I'm cheating on you with the music, and I'll do it right in front. This is my first.
Most
and
people,
I've made it clear to women, and it's so disrespectful.
Most people don't understand it though.
First.
You don't understand like what music has done for us, especially as black kids.
Yeah.
It's hard to relate. You know, there's some people that are in music industry that can't. It's hard. It's hard.
I can't ask you to understand it.
Now,
you just have to, or you don't.
I made a lot of problem. You know, I was a big problem in my relationship too. Don't get me wrong. There was other things that I was doing that I shouldn't have done. But at the same time, it's the overarching thing is that I feel like is anybody going to ever take the place of music in my life? I don't know.
It can happen.
And
like I said,
I appreciate you saying that.
Even
You're
my
giving me
failed
hope, you know?
marriage, I can say there was such a good time. I don't regret my marriage at all, even though it didn't work.
Right.
Like there was a perfect time in life that was unreal. I felt like that was living the American dream, but it was also I was following the rules of society of buying the biggest house I could, buying the nicest car, you know, having the family at home, and not chasing my dreams, just working a 9 to 5. Since leaving that, this is like chapter 2 of my life.
Right.
And I won. I had it all.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't right. It wasn't enough, and there was a lot of outside factors that fucked up what I had, so I couldn't even enjoy it the way that I should have. But I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for the new life that I have, and it's so fucking fun and exciting. I just went to Jamaica, and this is my first time out of the country single.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's so different. I didn't expect it to be so different, but it's like I don't have to look and say, "Hey, are you hungry? Hey, you want to go out? Hey, I'm feeling tired, but I'll go out if you want to." I fucking crashed when I wanted. I ate what I want, drank what I want, and it's a different life and experience. Just being single, being able to focus on your business.
It's tough. It's tough being responsible for somebody else's happiness. For me,
it is very.
You know,
hard.
that's something.
And with with your upbringing, like that's so important to you too. I know it is because it's like fuck. You know, I didn't get all the attention that I needed growing up. So
I gave my life away for 19 years of my life, and to be in a relationship and having to, and you know, it's taken me growth and maturity to kind of realize where I'm at now. But I always told people that when I was 19, it was like I was being born again because now I see the real life through my own eyes. I moved out of the house and now I'm seeing everything with my own eyes.
What the world is.
So when I was 34, I'm at a 15-year-old age. You know, like I'm learning stuff that 15-year-olds are learning. You know. And still to this day, I'm still learning things that I probably should have learned back then. You know, so it just goes to show you. And then obviously once you get older, you kind of think about mortality and you realize you're not going to be on this world for long. You know, so you want to, now it's just about chasing my dreams and what I want, and then getting to a place where I'm comfortable with my life. But in the process of going through a breakup and then starting a business, I've for those 15 years after being 19 and moving out of my house, I was trying to find myself. You know, I would do things like, I thought music was going to fill voids, or I thought other things were going to fill these voids that I had lost out on, and nothing was. Girls, partying, drinking, all these things. Nothing was filling those voids, and then I became a business owner, and that made me feel complete.
Yeah.
You know, that was
so
what
dope.
gave me that final puzzle that I've been
Yes,
looking for
yep,
so long.
Yep.
And yeah, eventually, hopefully I do find somebody,
Yeah.
you know, that, you know, can accept me for me.
Yeah.
And that I can be myself towards. That's been a big problem for me is living kind of double lives, because that's what I've had to do my whole life. So living a two-sided life was just kind of natural, and what I had to do, pretend that I'm this and when I'm really this or whatever. Yes, it caused me to, you know, to be to make mistakes and whatnot, but hopefully someday, you know, I do feel like I'm the best version of myself in my entire life as we speak today.
That's so dope. That's so dope, man. Proud of you and everything you've been through. And
yes, sir.
Super honored to know you and know your journey.
Thank you.
We are not even halfway
let's
through
go.
questions.
Let's go.
We're going to make these quick. What's more important, to be honest or preserve the friendship?
Honesty. That should preserve the friendship.
He said both without saying both. All right. What would you prefer to have, more friends or business partners? Oh, I like this question for you.
Damn.
We're going to see how many times we can make him say damn.
Man, yeah.
Friends
I wish
or
you would have sent
business
these to me
partners?
before.
I know. It kills the fun.
I know. I'm going to say friends, because those could become your business partners.
That wasn't both, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That was good. All right. What's more important to you, street cred or business rep?
Business rep.
Believe it or not, I've had a few street creds, and it blows my mind. Like, why? Who wants that?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a street like you. Like, I've never been a street dude. I've never. I mean, you know, I still get respect from people that I grew up with, and that's good enough for me. You know, I don't need.
Shit, the street dudes come up to me and show respect, so I'm like, okay, cool. I
mean,
did something
isn't
right.
that street, I guess that's street cred. I don't. What is street cred
care
even?
if they didn't,
Is it that? Oh, I'm gonna respect you because you'll pull a tool out. Like, what is street? But yeah, I'll say business rep, just because we're mature and older
and we're
now.
Business owners too. So yeah. All right. What would you prefer? I think you may have answered this: a tough relationship or having it easy being single?
Yeah, gotta say easy being single.
Okay.
Gotta say that.
I normally say Jordan or LeBron. For you, I'm gonna say Jordan or Kobe.
Now I'm gonna have to ask you a rebuttal question.
Are
we talking personal or all time?
This has to be personal.
So my favorite player would be Kobe, because I've seen more of his journey. Yeah. So I'd have to go Kobe, but I think Jordan's the best of all time.
Okay, I like it. So technically you chose Kobe, but
personally,
Jordan.
yes, he's my favorite.
All right. When looking for your women, which do you prefer? A low body count or experience?
Experience.
Elaborate. You said that with confidence. Everything else you were confused on. This one, experience. Show me some things, girl.
Yeah, I mean, because I think that's.
He's trying to be politically correct.
Yeah, definitely.
I see
Wheels
you looking
turning
for the
right now.
PR answer.
Yeah, for sure.
How do I not offend her?
I think every woman. I think that's the beauty in every woman, is that every one of them is different. Whether that's sexually, you know, whether that's emotionally, whatever. And when I say experience, I don't want them to be a hoe by any means, right?
Thank you.
But you know, I don't want somebody that has 1,000 bodies, you know.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Those are the answers.
But I don't. But somebody that has a low body count, like, I don't want to have to be a teacher as well.
Oh, okay.
You know?
All right.
So if you could show me, and spontaneousness, like if they don't have experience, they're not going to be spontaneous, and that's kind of the fun of it. You know, somebody that's going to, do things on the spur of a moment, you know, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun.
There we go. Yeah, see, this is the goal of this, is to get you out of the PR answer. Let's really get to know you.
Right, for sure.
All right, what do you believe in? A man pays, or you guys go Dutch 50-50?
I think that's a case-by-case situation.
I need one answer.
Oh, you're killing me.
Which do you prefer? Which one's
man
right?
pays.
Man pays. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, don't elaborate.
Yeah, okay, all right. Man pays.
Independent women or equal partnership?
Fuck you.
Yes. That is the goal, to get at least one fuck you.
There's value in both.
Yes, there is. But
but
you have to pick which you
I'm
prefer.
gonna. So you said independent women or
equal partnership.
Equal partner. I'm gonna have to go equal. Can I elaborate?
Interesting. Yeah, you do only because you said man pays on the last one, but then equal partnership versus her going out and getting it on her own.
So I'm an alpha. You know, I not to say I'm dominant or I'm violent or anything like that, but I am an alpha personality.
Yeah.
And I like a girl that can be independent at moments, but then also be submissive at moments as well.
Yep.
So that's why I'm gonna go that route.
Okay.
With equal partnership, because then you get a little bit of both. I feel like.
I like it. This is so great because we got such a professional business side. Then we got political, and now we get the fun shit out of you. Now I like it. All right. This one should be easy. Actually, I mean it varies. Patron or Henny?
Neither, but I'm not a big drinker. I will say that. So I haven't had a lot of either. If I gotta buy you
one shot,
I would say probably Patron.
Right.
I know that's probably my white side saying that.
That's okay. I recently stopped drinking. I'll have
I saw that. Congratulations on that, by the way, man. That's crazy. I've never been a big drinker, so that's never been like a big part of my life.
I didn't think I was a big drinker, and I definitely didn't think it was a problem until I said, hey, I'm going to stop because I can. And then it's like, fuck, I'm stressed today. I should have a drink. Fuck, that's my train of thought. Like, didn't even notice until after stopping.
Yeah, half the time when you see me drinking, it's just to look the part.
Yeah.
Like when I'm at a DJ gig or something, I definitely don't like drinking because I think it affects my
It does, and I didn't think it did that for me at all. Like, but I think because I'm sober, I'm willing to take more chances and trust myself more. And I've been doing, honestly, I'm doing better sober DJing. But usually people tip me in shots and drinks and shit. So then I'm just going safe. Like, I'm not going to try certain transitions and blends because I'm like, I'm under the influence. This might sound like shit. 100%. But when I'm sober, I'll try it. And then when it works, it's like, oh, I should have been doing that.
Right. No, I feel you.
Yeah,
like,
so
I can go a whole night with just one drink just to look the part.
Just to already have
I've never been the guy that's like, hey, I've had a tough day at work. I need to go home and get a drink. And respect to those people that can, but I just don't like the taste of alcohol.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. It's not really good. I mean, I like when I'm drinking, it's usually because I'm celebrating something and I'm going all in. Like I'm gonna deal with the 3-day hangover because I'm 97 years old now. But I'm just not a big drinker. But I would probably say Patron, just because I've probably drank that more than I've drank Hennessy.
Okay. What's more important, shock value or repeat value?
On what level? Are we talking?
Would you rather leave an impression or be the person that they
can count on?
To? See, count on, like, it almost, you have to say count on if you say it that way.
Okay,
but
my bad.
Like, so for music, it's like, do you do one song that really sets the chart and lasts the test of time, or do you have continuous songs?
Sure.
But, you always have to
It's funny because when you mentioned that, the first thing I thought of, going back to what we were talking about earlier, Eminem, shock value, that's his rap. Like, Kill You was like that shit, you know? So I would say I definitely always want to leave an impression. So I'd probably say that.
So
shock value.
Interesting. Nice. I like that. I always tell people this one determines our friendship and if we can hang out after this podcast. Are you ready? This is the toughest question I probably have.
Oh, okay. All right.
Poncheros or Chipotle?
Oh, this is hands down easy. For me, Poncheros.
Thank you. This is my boy.
1000%.
We gonna get some punch on me.
I've actually never had Chipotle because I like punch so much.
Don't have it.
Well, for the longest time, they didn't even have queso. And I was like, what?
Yeah, what the fuck? What do you mean? Don't call this a burrito.
I think from what I've heard that Chipotle may have like better ingredients, like individual ingredients, but the tortilla at Poncheros is better.
You can't
is what
beat
people
that,
say.
Bro.
That and their queso is fire.
Oh my god! And like, if you don't like Poncheros, it's your fault. It's not them. Like,
right. Yeah, for sure. Now I will say you can catch Poncheros on bad days where people ain't rolling it right, or you know.
Yeah. I get a big ass burrito,
me
so
too.
my shit be leaking. And
me too.
I just take it. That's part
it is
of the
what
game.
it is.
It's like when you go to Popeyes and get attitude, like, but the chicken was fire. Like you answered, like
it comes
it's a side with attitude. Yeah. They didn't cook it right. If you,
I mean, I probably go to Poncheros like twice a week, probably.
Same.
So I just love that place. Yeah,
same. That's awesome. We are best friends. Did we just become best friends?
So much room for activities.
All right. What's more important? I think I know your answer, but I'm interested. Overplan or go with the flow?
Over what?
Overplan or go with the flow?
Go with the flow. I'm very flow
Get
guy.
out.
Yeah, I'm very flow.
I imagine you were over planning.
No. I mean, like in a
Do
wedding
you freak
setting,
out when shit goes wrong?
No.
Really?
That's no, because I'm experienced and I know
Okay.
how to handle it, right?
Okay.
Like I said, that wedding that I did, where the caterer was really late.
Yeah.
Like the bride was freaking out, but I
Yeah.
took her aside and I said, "Hey, don't let this ruin the rest of your day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna handle it. Don't worry about it." Like,
Damn.
and she put that in my review when she put, like, she said, "Tim,
nice.
handle it," even though we had, So I'm very much. And I tell them I'm not a timeline Nazi. I'm not
Okay,
trying
that's
to. 7:02, we need to do toast.
Yeah.
No, let's see the room. What the room
and being
go with the
organized
flow.
doesn't mean you overplan.
No, right,
but
right.
You are very organized, so I did imagine
yeah.
that you would overplan.
I do. I think I do, but I think what I value more is my ability to just go with the flow.
Yeah.
I think that's what people value
Navigate,
more as well.
troubleshoot, and get through it.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope. Good answer. All right. What do you prefer, text or phone calls?
Text.
Me too. All right. Kanye or Jay-Z?
Kanye.
Even if you've never been, LA or New York?
I'm a Laker fan.
LA it is. Windows or Mac?
Actually, going back to that, I've always got a weird vibe about New York.
I don't like
New
York.
I feel like it's super claustrophobic.
It is. It's dirty. It's fast paced.
It's super fast
in
paced.
one place.
I have been to LA once, and it just felt like home. It felt like
Really?
to me, it just felt like
LA's
maybe because
fast paced, but it's spread out.
yeah,
So
yeah,
not
it's different.
all
You don't
condensed.
feel it.
Yeah, you feel it in New York.
With LA too, I'm a Laker fan, and at this time I was an Oakland Raider fan. Now they're Vegas, but so every store you go into, you got Laker gear, you got
everything you
Raider
need.
gear, so
Yeah.
it just felt like home to me.
Okay, dope. Windows or Mac?
Obviously talking about computers, or could you say Apple?
Nope,
Windows or Apple?
because we have.
I don't have a Mac, but I plan on getting one, so I'm gonna say Mac.
Interesting.
Because music is you have to do it with Macs.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Okay,
Not even
that's
close.
why I didn't do. Apple
Oh, I see what
'cause
you
I
did.
had
Okay,
that
yeah.
one.
iPhone is.
Superior.
Yeah, I don't even date Androids.
Yeah, like green bubble. I can't talk to you. What
I
is
think
this?
that's so ridiculous
I'm
when
not
people
even
say
gonna
that.
reply.
That's a lie.
You
I
have to
mean,
wait.
That's a lie. I definitely would date an Android, but she'd have to get on my family plan.
Stone Cold or The Rock?
Man. Obviously, we're talking about wrestling, so I'd probably say The Rock. Even though I'm not very familiar with either one of them, I don't like The Rock as an actor very much.
What?
But I'm not a big fan. But I was never big into wrestling. But it was a time for me to share with my grandpa, so I loved it.
Nice.
Just the time that I spent, and he would be watching wrestling.
Yeah.
But I would say probably The Rock.
Interesting. Okay. I think I'm gonna go different questions on these, so we'll get there. Education or field experience? Pick one. Have them
That's a
both.
good one. That's a real good question. Yeah. I would probably have to say for what I do, probably field experience. You can't educate. You can't go to school for being a DJ.
Okay. YouTube University don't.
I mean, okay.
I'm just
Yeah, I mean that does count, but I don't think you could learn what not to do as well if you do that.
yeah.
You know,
and to be able to react to things that happen on the fly, you need field experience.
right. Field
so-
experience, especially with what we do now. If you want to be a doctor, then
yeah,
then
education
you
the
probably
fuck
need to
out
go
of
to
it.
education,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And look, cop.
Yep.
In that case, you might need field experience. You
Yeah.
know, so it all depends. But I think for what we do, I think field experience because that's how I learned. I learned out in the field with Brian.
Okay. I think I know your answer to this. Nelly or Luda?
Nelly.
Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber?
Dang, that's a good one. That's a good one. Man, that is real good. I might go.
You don't want to say the wrong answer. I can
I mean,
see
this
it.
one's tough. This one's tough because Justin Bieber's third album was fantastic to me, but his first one was garbage because it was teeny bopper. But then Ed Sheeran is consistent. But then he goes out of I'm gonna say Ed Sheeran.
You were going back and forth.
Yeah, that one was tough. That one was
great.
tough.
That was
one
the
tough.
hardest question of all of them.
Sure was.
All right, Dr. Dre or Timbaland? Making beats. Who you going to?
I got to go with Timbaland.
Timbo.
Respect to Dr. Dre though.
I know your answer for this one, and then we got one last question after. But Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael, hands down.
And the last question catered to you. Chris Brown or Drake? Pick one.
Chris Brown.
Elaborate.
I think Chris Brown. I feel like Chris Brown is more involved in his music than Drake is.
Drake is a team of
he
people.
and I know Chris Brown does the same thing too, but I think he has a bigger vision. You know, Chris Brown directs music videos. Chris Brown creates the music videos. He has the vision of the music. I don't think Drake has as much input in that kind of stuff. And I respect, you know, if you ask me favorite rappers or you ask me favorite artists, it's all people that had a lot to do with how their music was created and visualized and all that. So that's why I like Michael Jackson, because he wrote all of his biggest songs except Man in the Mirror and Rock With You.
And you were not alone.
He helped write that one. He co-wrote it, but yeah, it was part of a thing. Whereas, you know, rappers, I like Eminem because he helped produce. He was a producer of his music.
He's more involved.
You know,
just like
he's just more involved.
Mariah over,
same thing.
Whitney.
You know, I value artists that are more than just the voice.
Yep.
You know, I value when they're
The full
more
package.
about it. Yeah. And that's probably why I picked Timbaland over Dr. Dre too. I know Dr. Dre produces a lot of it and you know does his whole thing.
Yeah.
But
the individual. As
the
Timberland
individual
and everything that he does versus Dre is also a team. Now.
And I also
maybe
think
in the beginning days it was just Dre, but now we know it's a team.
And I also think Timbaland, he has done more outside of hip hop than Dr. Dre has. You know, Timbaland's been part of rock bands or has produced rock bands and produced, you know, other genres, whereas Dre is kind of stuck to hip hop. Although with Eminem, he kind of went out of his box.
And Dre
with productions.
probably had a bigger impact in hip hop.
And he did.
Too,
Yeah, he did. But when I have a playlist of my favorite songs of all time. And there's probably like a good 10. If I have 20, let's say I have 40 songs on there, probably 15 to 20 of them are produced by Timbaland or have him involved in it. Compared to Dr. Dre's maybe 4 or 5. So Neptunes I'd probably put up there too. But yeah, that's
dope. that is it for this or that.
That was fun.
Is
that was
also it for this. We have almost 2.5 hours.
Damn.
My longest episode. I never imagined going this long.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Chuck will kill me. He hates when I go over 30 minutes. He's like my silent partner in the brand of Tone the Boss everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's on my ass, but he's my biggest supporter.
I love that you guys are still cool.
Yeah, it's
that's
fucking
dope.
great. But
I haven't seen him in a minute.
he's super family.
Yeah, but he's like the homebody now.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Chuck, man.
Big shout out.
I have
to
to
Chuck.
see him soon.
Definitely.
We all go back so far. I mean, even though we may not have known each other individually, but I mean, we both went. You know, MCK.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't know. Did you go to Johnson?
No,
you know,
you
didn't go to Johnson.
Nope, I moved here, McKinley, 6th grade.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, middle school, high school, like we all were, you know, I think I was maybe a grade or two above you guys, but much respect for everything you guys have brought to the industry, brought to Cedar Rapids, you know, what you guys have done for it.
I love that we've made a Iowa music scene.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And like not even directly working together, but we've done it together.
Yeah, essentially,
It's
we're
so
in the same
fucking
era.
dope. Yeah,
we're in the same era.
Definitely. Like that's the coolest.
And shouts
shit
out
ever.
to those that came before us, you know,
Absolutely.
too. You know, I mean, there wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't be who I am or have this knowledge that I have if it wasn't for like the Bryans or the NYJs or Commandos or you know, everybody else that came before me. I'd never want to forget that how privileged I am to have had people that have set the bar before me. One thing I love about like your situation that you found your passion at a super young age and went after it. You know, that's something that I didn't have the opportunity of doing. If I knew that I could be a DJ, I probably would have been a DJ right out of the womb. You know? Or at least dancing. That's probably the one thing I love doing more than DJing. Probably is dancing. But you know, it was frowned upon to be a dancer in our era. You know,
absolutely.
Especially black guys.
And what's crazy is like Tupac got his start.
I know.
As a background dancer.
I know. But you know, I mean, same thing like the Eminem thing. You know. Yeah, okay, he's white, but Dr. Dre backs him. Nobody gives him respect for that. Like, he co-signed him. But yeah, I mean that's that's one thing that I wish I had the opportunity of doing is learning at a young age that I could do what I wanted to do, you know. And I'm not to get sentimental or anything, but that's one of my biggest regrets is just not knowing or not having the direction of going to college or even, you know, doing what I love to do. That you can make money out of it somehow, some way.
And the thing about regrets is I feel like regrets are an opportunity to better the next generation.
Absolutely.
To help the younger kids find a passion. I taught a DJ class like a whole summer for the Boys and Girls Club and taught like 9 and 10-year-olds the basics of DJing and the board and stuff. And it's like, this is something you can find as a passion, a side gig, your main gig.
Absolutely.
But just something fun and productive to do. And because music definitely saved my life at a young age, we would have definitely ran the streets. And the answer would have been street cred over business rep had we not found music. That was the path we were headed on. We found music. You know, shout out to Tony T, Big Bang. He definitely guided us away from that. And,
Absolutely.
and we found that at an early age, at the age that we needed it, because we grew up all of us in the group grew up in fatherless homes. We had this mentor that made beats and gave us unlimited studio time for free and beats for free, and then pushed us and helped us get better and grow and showed us the family life and so forth. So, you know, I think you shouldn't have that as a regret. It's an opportunity to learn.
Yeah, maybe I used the wrong word.
No,
but,
I mean,
you know,
we all have regrets.
it is.
So
it is a thing.
It's like, damn, I wish I knew that before. But use that regret as an opportunity to, now I got to teach these young kids, hey, this is an option. You are recently fully DJing, no 9 to 5. How long ago did you make that switch?
September 30th. It happened a little earlier than I thought. But it's, you know, it's scary.
It is
I ain't gonna lie. It is scary. But I knew if I didn't make the jump, I probably never would have. Just because 9 to 5 gives you that security.
It is.
And I'm not saying I might not have a part-time, you know, something here or there, but at the same time, like, this has been my full-time job for a year and a half now. You know, I've been making more money than my 9 to 5, probably twice as much money in that span than I was making at my, if not 3 times. So, I mean, it was there, but it was just the security of having the benefits and having, you know, all that stuff. But at the same time, it was taking so much time away. I had to be there 40 hours a week, and that's 40 hours that I couldn't tend to my business. I'm there. I'm taking notes about my business and thinking 24/7 about my business.
All the way committed to 9 to
I was,
5,
you know, they call it quiet quitting is the trendy way of saying it, and I was quiet quitting for 2 years now. You know, it was just a matter of time. I knew this day was going to come, and now it's my time. So I feel like I've established my business in a place where, and then I got other ventures that I'm going to be working on that's going to help compensate for the lack of income that I'm not getting anymore. But I think my business is in a place that I'm able to, like I said, I wanted to make it out through the year, but what better time than now than making the jump that I know I'm going to make at some point anyway.
Well, I'll put the offer out there now for Energy Wave Entertainment to collaborate with T1 Entertainment. Maybe it's on a lip syncing battle, and we get a venue and we throw an event and just fucking have fun. One way or another, there's money in it, there's fun in it, and that's what it should all be about.
Absolutely.
Money and fun, and you know, being friends and fucking,
for sure.
You know, the camaraderie and stuff. I learn from you every day. You are truly an inspiration. I appreciate you for all your guidance in my career, personal life. I can't show you enough love. Thank you, man.
Likewise, man. Likewise. Like, hey, you know, seeing you guys do what you were doing with Big Bang when I first started in my infancy. I saw you guys at the highest of highs, you know, and that was super cool to see somebody that, or a group of guys that I've known. You know, the closest one I probably was to was Zaya. He would come and play basketball in our alley all the time. So I knew him and Pierre and Jeremiah, Lacey, you know, I knew all them. So seeing you guys, you know, at such a young age, you know, doing something so huge and monumental when we had people out there doing SpongeBob Ready like it was their day job. That was just something you only seen that in concerts, you know? So it was really cool. Like you know, just as much as you say I inspire you, like that was inspiring to me, especially that early in my career. So yeah, I think when we've all come from where we came from, and everybody has their own story. You know, some of us harder than others, but who are we to judge? But I think as black men, doing something, people seeing us doing something that we love to do and getting paid to do it. Not to say that that's the main thing, but I think that's a big statement in itself. You know, so many people don't get to do that. And the fact that we've made a career out of doing something we love to do, hopefully that does inspire the next generation. Hopefully that does inspire our siblings, or does that inspire, you know, people that tune into this podcast, or whoever it is. You know, that's kind of all I'm about right now is passing, you know, same respect that Brian gave to me, same respect that I got from Commando and Jason and everybody. I want to pass that on to the next generation, because right now DJing, we don't have a big group of people doing DJing right now. Right. I mean, real DJing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's becoming more digital than it already was.
We've pretty much, I mean, especially in this market, we pretty much named everybody that's doing it, right? Mm-hmm. And that pool isn't that big,
right?
Which is sad. At the same time, maybe it's lucrative, I guess, but it's kind of a scary thing. Like, DJing, is it dying? You know, in our market, like, do people really not value us that much? Right. You know, and then those people that are doing DJing, like, I'd rather you be more of a DJ than more of a jukebox. Yep. So that's my motivating phrase to everybody here.
God, we could go forever, but how do you feel about requests? Like, I almost feel like, and this may be me starting to get cocky, because we all go through our cocky phase, but it's almost disrespectful to me. It's like, am I doing something wrong? And I know I'm not. Or if you just wait, I'll probably get to your record, or your record's something that probably doesn't need to be played in a group setting like this. So real quick, because we were supposed to wrap up, but what is your thoughts on requests? And I just feel like it makes us a fucking jukebox at that point if you just put $1 in and expect a song right away.
I can see definitely where you're at. Mm-hmm. So I guess it depends. Like, at weddings, requests are okay, but I have already told the clients that regardless of what requests I get, depending on who it is, if it's the bride and groom requesting, then I play it automatically.
Yeah.
If it's the parents of the bride and groom, then I'm playing it automatically. But if it's some random person at the wedding, I've already told the bride and groom that creative control is something I'm very, you know, before you book me, know that I have creative control, which means I'm a DJ's DJ. Like, I'm going to use these requests and play them when I can. Now, at a bar, like you said, I don't know if I'd take it as far as you did, as far as them treating me like a jukebox. In a way, for me, it's like they're helping me do my job.
Okay.
You know, it's one less song. It's one less song that I have to think about playing. Okay. They're telling me exactly what they want to hear. Now, I do take that song, and doesn't mean I'm going to play it.
Right.
I'm going to take it, consider it. Yeah. If it fits, then it fits. Because at the same time, it's creative control.
If you threw a 20 in, you know, it might have a little more influence.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I did hear about a DJ that requires payment when he gets requests, and I think that's super tacky. I think that's super tacky and disrespectful. There was actually a party that happened that I was supposed to go to, but I ended up getting booked at the last moment, and I had people hitting me up as the party's going on saying, "You need to be here. This DJ's whack," and blah blah blah. And I get that all the time. People going to weddings and say, "Hey, come save this wedding," but when I heard he was like, he's even, you know, charging us to do requests, and I was just like, dude, why? They're telling you what they want to hear, meaning they're helping you do your job. So you take that song and say, oh, if they want to hear this, they'll probably like all these other songs.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm very hit or miss.
I needed from that answer.
Yeah, I would love to do gigs with no requests, you know, but I don't think we have a place set up that way. You know, I would want to, ideally there'd be a bar here, like set up like Element was.
Yeah,
where the DJ is unreachable. You know, where then you don't have to do any requests. But we don't have a place like that. So requests are kind of just part of the ball game. I'd love to not have that a thing, but it is. So it is what it is.
And that's I love this. I got to really pick your brain, and it has. I've taken a few gyms, but it's really changed my perspective on that. The karaoke stuff. There's been a lot, so thank you for that.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. Like, they're making your job easier.
Yeah.
And now you know what kind of other songs. Because I do once I go into a song and I see that they like it, then I'm like, okay, cool. They're this kind of group. They're gonna like this. But if I get a request, that's just leading me in the right direction.
Yeah.
So that's a really good way to look at it.
You know, like I said, I don't take it as far as you do when you said makes you feel like a jukebox because it's not like they're doing that every single song.
Yes.
You know, I mean, some people are. But
well, I mean, if you did do that every single song, I might not mind. If it's fives and tens. And
when I think of a jukebox, I'm thinking of somebody that doesn't mix the music. Because what are you doing differently? You know, not to call anybody out, but like a Spotify DJ, quote unquote. What are you doing that's different than the jukebox?
Right.
Why? You know, they can go to the jukebox and have the same. You know, you're bringing us down. Yep. Now everybody thinks they can just hire this, and I have a nephew that can do Spotify. Yep. You know what I mean? Like that's what bothers me is when you do stuff like that and you're not even a part of the culture really. You know, you don't know who started hip hop. You don't know who started DJing. You don't know anything about the culture of DJing, and you don't even want to learn the skills. You know,
that's the disrespect.
That's where, and then you want to be in the same room or sit at the same table. Like that's where I have an issue. And there's so much of that going on. And I'm not trying to sound cocky by any means.
I mean, no disrespect.
I absolutely. Like there is no disrespect when I say that because there's a room for everybody.
This is almost a sport. I mean, it's a profession.
It'd be like, here's how I view it. And you could relate to this probably. Those type of DJs are like the mumble rappers of hip hop, right?
That grinds my gears.
Yeah, exactly.
I put so much work in these lyrics and metaphors and punchlines, and you're just
right.
All right, punch me in.
Because you don't want to learn the craft, exactly. Right? So that's how I look at them.
But you can make money off the craft.
You can still make money off it. Yeah, that's how I view. Exactly. That's how I view like the people that just
mumble
have
DJs.
Spotify. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about that the other day, like how could I relate it to just a good way of explaining it, and that's kind of how it is. It's like they're the mumble. Good. You know, you may be hot or doing things right now, but that isn't gonna last. No, you know, you're not gonna be able. You can't be put in the same room as the Jay-Z, you know, or Jazzy Jeff, you know, or a Brian Lee or a Commando, you know. So it bothers me when people get complacent. That's another thing too. Like always, for me, if I need to work on something, that's what I'm going to be working on at home. Like, you know, if my transitions need work, I'm going to work on my transitions at home. If my song selection needs work, I'm going to work on that at home. If whatever it is, my looping or affecting or whatever, I'm going to work on all that. Whereas with those, it's like, oh well, this is working, so I'm good where I'm at. You're like, nah, there's more to it. Like, come on, push yourself. You know. In theory, you're only helping yourself because you're going to be making more money because you could do more. But people don't see it that way.
I love it.
Complacency is the devil.
It is. We have approached 3 hours. We have a 3-part. All right, so stepping out and standing out. I mean no disrespect. And then the third episode, I feel like it needs to be race driven because we touched some great points on race on that third.
I'm light, not white.
Ooh, okay, I got you. I'm gonna give you that. That's fucking great, man. I love having you. We have to do this more.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna talk to Brian. We need to redo our episode of GXP. We need to talk about some things. It's gonna be good. And then even after that, man, you need to start a pod. Like
I've been thinking about
so
it.
much to talk about.
I've been thinking about it, and actually, it's kind of funny because the graphic designer that's helping me has talked about wanting to start her own podcast.
Nice.
So, I've been telling her about this place, and I haven't really given her the contact information yet. But I might have to reach out to her and have her do that. But yeah, my thing is I don't know how regular I'd want to be. You know, I talk on the microphone all the time.
Yep.
You know, so
that's why I'm the way. Like I'm a text over phone call guy because I worked probably 15 years in the phone telemarketing industry.
Right. Oh yeah,
so
true.
Don't fucking call me. I hate being on the phones now.
True. It's just easier. It's quicker and easier for me than to call somebody, I guess. But I mean, I love doing it when I was on Brian's podcast. I love doing it, and evidently I just had somebody tell me at a wedding yesterday that I have a great voice. I've been told in my career that I have a great strip club voice. Coming to the stage is Lexi. And I guess that's a thing, but I'm so proud of myself just because I remember my first karaoke gig and how nervous I would get to get on the microphone in front of people out in public. And now it's like my biggest strength. You know, I think my personality is kind of what separates me from a lot of other DJs. it's kind of weird that it's come full circle that way for me. But I'm definitely not against starting my own podcast. I just don't know how I would be different than a lot of other podcasts.
Well,
And I'd have to figure it
I was
out.
about to say, if it's one thing you do well, it's finding out how you can stand out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have all the confidence in the world that you will find a way and you will be great at it.
Sure.
How can everyone find you on your social media?
Facebook, Tim Frazier, Frazier, not like the show. On Instagram. So I'm gonna go through this rebranding thing, and I think I'm gonna get rid of my DJ name. Breaking news here.
Yeah, that's a hot take. What?
I'm still going through it. We'll see. But right now, you can find me on both DJ VerbaTim, VerbaTim, on Instagram and on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram at Energy Wave DJ and Energy Wave Entertainment. So Energy Wave DJ will be Instagram. Energy Wave Entertainment will be Facebook.
Did you just say you may not be DJ VerbaTim for much longer?
Yeah. So the reason is because I'm rebranding my business. So people are having a hard time knowing what to tag me as.
Ah, I see.
So there's a branding issue.
Yeah.
I do a lot of weddings now.
Yeah.
And I don't say I'm DJ VerbaTim at weddings.
Okay.
I say I'm Tim Frazier.
Oh, interesting.
Because having a DJ name and not being, I want to be more personal and more personable to that group. So I say Tim Frazier.
Okay.
So with the marketing and branding that I'm trying to do, it probably makes sense just to go with my regular name. Now at bars, people are going to still call me DJ VerbaTim or whatever.
You'll always be VerbaTim to me.
I will. Right.
Don't be that guy.
Right.
Fucking call me that. Come on,
I won't
bro.
be that guy. I mean, it's been a part of my life for 14 years, and it's such a cool name. That's what bothers me is,
I really
going
like
through
how it
this,
plays
like,
on your name.
how I came up. I mean, Brian always was like, "That's so dope." When I told him what I came up with, and I respect it and I love it that it's a part of my story. But at this point in my life, I'm kind of fading out of DJing and bars. I think. I mean, there's still some juice left in me, but at the same time, I think I'm going to ended up going into a different chapter soon. Yeah. So I want to be able to not have any confusion when people are trying. Right now, I have both a DJ name and a business name, and it's just confusing. I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, "Hey, what do you want me to tag you as?" Whether it's a photographer or a venue or whatever. So
are you flirting with stuff with Energy or Wave in it as your new name?
I'm still gonna be Energy Wave,
right?
Entertainment, but I'm just
DJ
coming
name.
up with. I'm not gonna have a DJ name. I'm gonna be Tim Frazier.
Okay.
Yep. So it might be DJ Tim Frazier. It might just regularly be Tim Frazier.
What about VerbaTim Frazier?
So a lot of it's not only that situation, but I've gone to DJ conferences also, and this has come up. And the thing to do to market yourself the best is to just use your name.
Okay.
If you want to be a premium DJ, which is what I'm trying to do. So, we'll see. I don't know. I haven't made the final decision yet, but it is something that has crossed my mind lately, just because I've heard about the confusion that it's causing.
Okay.
So it is something that I'm considering. We'll see.
Dope.
Come about the first of the year, maybe we'll have a decision by then.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a hot take. See, Brian just popped in. Might have caught him on cam real quick. Man, it's been an amazing episode. I'm excited to do this again with you.
For sure.
This was fucking great.
We will, yeah, definitely. I've had a big blast. Thank you for having me on here, man. Like, I didn't know what was. I didn't even know we were gonna get on a podcast. To be honest.
Yeah.
I thought we were just gonna
switched
chat
it because I was doing testimonials for the Iowa Music Awards, and I was like, since I get video, I can cut up the clips where we talk about the music awards.
Sure.
But I felt like there's so much for us to talk about.
Yeah.
And then there's been this like weird, is there animosity? Is there not? I was like, let's fucking break the ice.
Yeah.
Let's talk. I bet we could talk for a minute. I bet we can get at least a good hour episode.
Yeah,
3 hours
sure.
later,
For sure.
and I still feel like there's shit we could have touched.
Yeah.
So thank you, man.
Of course.
Thanks for spending time with me. I'm going to make sure you make it in time for Monday football.
Yeah.
I've missed 3 appointments now, so
really?
it was worth it. So thank you, man.
Sorry about that, but thank you.
No problem. This was dope as shit. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been another episode of Talkin' Top Tier. I'm your host, always doing the most, Tone the Boss, and that was DJ Tim Frazier, a.k.a. VerbaTim, a.k.a. Mr. Energy Wave Entertainment. And we'll be back. Till next time.